back to the channel Home of Programming. In this session, we are going to see about cascading style sheets, which is nothing but CSS that can be used to add design formatting to your HTML content, right? We can expand CSS as cascading style sheets, right? We can divide, we can divide CSS into three types, right? First one is external CSS and the second one is internal CSS and the third one is inline CSS, right? So whenever you want to apply some design to your HTML content, you can use CSS in three kind of ways. One is you can use external CSS method or internal CSS method or inline CSS method. So these three CSS never differs in the format of their styling, right? Which means, so if you use external or internal or inline, your coding sample will be the same for all the three cases, right? Only thing that differs is the place where you are going to provide your formatting. That is going to change, right? So when you are using external CSS, your HTML file and CSS file should be separated, and in your HTML file there should be a link to your external CSS file, right? So just keep a note of it and we will see in detail during the illustration, right? So if it is internal CSS or inline CSS, for internal and inline, your CSS coding and HTML coding will be in a same file, right? So if it is internal CSS, you will have to provide your CSS coding inside the style tag. In the first session, we have discussed about style tag, right, which comes inside your head tag, right? So inside your style tag, you have to provide your CSS coding in case of internal CSS, right? So if you want to use inline style sheet, you have to use style as an attribute for the respective tag, right? In the previous session, we have discussed about attribute, right, which is any property that comes immediately after your tag. For example, here we are having h1 tag, right? I am writing style or class or id and providing some values for it. Let's say id as heading 1, right? So here this particular h1 tag is having three attributes. The first attribute we have given for this tag is style, and the second attribute is class, and the third attribute is id, right? So in this way you have to use inline CSS. For inline CSS, you have to provide your CSS coding with the help of style attribute for the particular tag, right? So I hope you are having some clarity about CSS and its types, right? So let's have a simple program with external CSS, right? So we can take example program which we have created in the last session. We have created a table, right? So for this table we can add formatting options using external CSS, right? Yes. So create a new file. So create a new file and save it as, you can name it as anything, right? Let's say I'm naming it as style.css, right? So here we are having table tag, right? And we didn't use any class or attribute in this particular program, right? So we can use the tag name itself for formatting. So how to define your formatting is, there are three ways to define your formatting. One way is to use the tag name itself. The second way is you can use id or class attribute, right? So for your tag, if you have given ID or class attribute, you can define the CSS property using either class value or ID value, right? So for defining the CSS coding with class attribute is you have to use dot operator. For ID you have to use hash operator. These are the basic things, right? So once again I am repeating this. So if you want to add CSS for your HTML content, you can add it in 3 ways, which is external, internal and inline, right? So in internal and external, you can define your CSS properties with the help of attributes or the tag name, right? So if you want to define your CSS properties using the class attribute, you should use the operator dot before your class name. Let's say I am having some heading tags or some other any tag which is having the class name as heading. I have to use dot heading. Here dot is the operator and heading is the value which I have given as class attribute, right? So if you want to use ID attribute for defining your CSS properties, you can use hash operator, right? I hope you are clear with this. If you have any queries, post your queries in the comment section. I will reply to your query, right? So let's add CSS properties to your table tag, right? So in this particular table tag we didn't define any attributes, right? So I'm going to use the tag name itself for defining my CSS properties, right? So let's have table inside it. So this is a way with which you should define your CSS, right? I have used my tag name table, right? So for this table I'm going to use the background color as green, right? So here background color is a particular CSS properties which is used to set background for your HTML content, right? So then color property white, right? So I have used background color and color property, right? Then we can define font family. So let's have the font as Times New Roman, and you can define font size, let's say 16 pixels, right? Let's run this program. Yes, we have defined external CSS, right? So we have defined properties for our tag. However, we failed to include that in your HTML file, right? So this is similar to adding your header file in C program, right? In C program, if you want to use printf and scanner function, you should use stdio.h header file, right? Similarly, we are having style.css as a CSS formatting file, and we are having some HTML file here, right? These two files should be linked, right? In the first session we have seen another one tag which is link, right? So link tag is not at all having its close tag as /link, so we can close it simply with the help of \, or you can simply leave it, right? There are two attributes for your link tag. One is rel, which is the default value for rel is style sheet. Here this rel defines the relationship between your external file and your HTML file, right? Which means here we are going to include some CSS file in your HTML file, right? So as your external file is some kind of cascading style sheet. We are using this attribute value as style sheet, right? So this particular rel attribute defines the relationship between your HTML file and CSS file, right? The second attribute, which is href, which is nothing but the external file which is here style.css, right? So let's save this and rerun the program, right? Here our table background has been changed to green and the content color, that is the text color, is white here, right? Then so if you want to add some particular design options for your row and column, you can do that with the help of tr. So here when we use literally as tr, all the row will become green, right? For example, I am using tr here and background color as red. Let's examine the purpose of using class or ID attributes in your HTML tag, right? So we have given the table the green color background, right? However, if I want the particular record of a table, for example, see the first record of the table should look red, right? So any color you want. If you want to highlight some records, for example, in case of an examination result table, people might want to see the top 3 records and the least 3 records, right? In that case, you can highlight the top 3 record in green and the least 3 record in red, right? So the remaining portion will have the white color background, right? So in certain scenarios, you have to provide color formatting for specific classes, right? Which is here we have applied green color background for our table itself, so such that entire record looks with the green color, right? So now what I am going to do is I just want to change the background color for first record as red, right? For that, what I can do is I can simply use tr, because tr is my row, right? Table row. So I want to change the color of an row, right? However, if I use simply tr, means it will be applicable for all the rows in your table, right? Hence, what we should do is we should name each row with the particular class ID. For example, I want to change first record, that is first row, right? I am going to add class value for first row, right? Let's say first row. So class is an attribute, first row is a user defined value I have defined, right? Hence you can use dot. We have used class attribute for our tr tag, hence I am using dot operator. So first row, right? So here I am going to set the background color as red, right? Let's rerun your program. The first record has been, that is the first row which we have changed, has been changed to red, right? In this way you can use class as an ID attribute, right? So I hope you learned about external CSS, right? How to apply design formatting using your external CSS. So to use external CSS, you should have 2 files. One is HTML, for which you are going to apply your CSS formatting, and the CSS file in which you are going to provide your CSS. After that, these 2 files should be linked by means of a link tag, right? This is all about your external CSS, right? To provide CSS properties using internal CSS, what you have to do is you should define your style options inside your style tag. For example, let's say the second row as, we can define class attribute for the second row as second row itself, right? So I'm going to use this second row inside my style tag for providing design options, right? Second row, let's say I'm going to set background color for this property as blue, right? Let's save this and check out, right? So this is how your internal CSS will look. You have to provide options, that is design options, for all your HTML content inside your style tag in case of internal CSS, right? However, for certain tags, for example, here we are having multiple TOR and TD tags, right? So what I want to do is, I want all the tags should look, all the record of the table to look similar except one particular record. For example, I want to highlight only the last record of the table. So what I can do is, we can have second row background color blue, right? Here we have set the entire second row, the background color is blue, right? So I want to change the last cell of the second row, that is the record 2, right? I want to change the particular cell into some other color, right? So for that I can use CSS, right? Inline CSS. So we have applied for the first row, right? Yes. If we want to apply it for the second row, so that you can see the difference, right? Yes. So here what you have examined is the priority here matters, right? So what we have done here is, I have applied design formatting for the entire second row, which means the class which is named as second row will have the background color as blue, right? So which we have provided in internal CSS. However, for one particular column inside the second row, I have applied inline CSS. So in inline CSS, I have changed the background property to yellow, right? So in our output, so the inline CSS property is reflected, right? Here the priority is in reverse order. The first priority goes to inline CSS, second priority goes to internal CSS, and the last priority goes to external CSS, right? So we are having more and more CSS attribute. We have just examined background color, font family, font size and text color, right? So to explain all the properties in single video is not at all possible. I am going to do a blog post in my blog, so you can check out that. There will be a post for CSS, HTML, Java servlets. We are having plenty of articles in our blog. In that I am going to add CSS properties post in 2 days, right? I am giving the link in description box. Kindly check it out. With this we can conclude this session. In the next session we can create one simple web page using CSS and HTML tags we have just learned, right? Until then, stay tuned with Home of Programming. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell icon to get instant updates about our channel. Thank you.